The Brooklyn Nets were pegged as a heavy title favorite coming into this season. Instead, all of the opposite happened. The Nets were embarrassed and swept out of the first round of the playoffs. But signs point to Brooklyn coach Steve Nash being safe for his head coaching job. A Substack report states that the team thinks much of what happened this season with the Nets' championship dreams was out of Steve Nash's control, and from Kevin Durant's injury to Kyrie Irving's refusal to get vaccinated and only playing in at least half of the games this season, which led him to miss over 50 games, and James Harden demanding a trade, there were simply plenty. And let's add Ben Simmons to the mix. Whether he was going to play or not, he did not suit up once for the Brooklyn Nets. It does appear that Steve Nash may be in Brooklyn going forward, not expected to be turned into a scapegoat for this disappointing season. And while obviously Nets owner Joe Tsai signs the checks and GM Sean Marks hires and fires, the biggest name in the franchise has had Nash's back from the beginning. Steve Nash worked out with Durant at the tail end of his playing career, saw him close up as a consultant in Golden State, and has had his backing in Brooklyn. When asked after the 4-0 sweep at the hands of the Boston Celtics whether Steve Nash was still the man to lead the Nets, Kevin Durant simply answered, come on now. Yeah, Kevin Durant has all of the confidence on his head coach Steve Nash. It also seems like James Harden wanted to jump out of that ship before it sunk. He was pegged as a scapegoat. It's not like he's doing that well in Philly, and I'm not saying he knew or could even predict what was going to happen in Brooklyn. The Sixers are also still playing despite getting the best shot from the Raptors, as Toronto has won 2 straight against the Philadelphia 76ers. If Nash can hold on to his job going into next season, things should become considerably easier. Durant has already re-signed a long-term extension, and while Irving has not, he is expected to be back on the player option for next season. Ben Simmons should be healthy enough to play. Joe Harris will return from an ankle surgery as well, and the Nets picked up several spare trade assets in the Harden deal with Philadelphia that it can now redirect for help elsewhere. The Nets have the talent to win a championship. They just haven't been able to get all of that talent on the court at the same time. If they're able to do so next season, they will have a real chance to win the championship no matter who the coach is.